Hello.
Hello, how goes?
Just in time for the start. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Minions of the Zoo. I am your host, Johnny Hellcat, and with me today, Minion Sanguine. Just slid in through the door just at the intro.
Good evening, all. How goes?
Oh, not too bad. How you doing?
Pretty good. Just finished my TTRPG game day and plated up a bowl of ramen for myself.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you do homemade or do you buy it and bring it in?
It's purchased noodles. The rest of it was made at home.
Ah,
So
yeah.
homemade broth, homemade toppings.
Yeah. Now, I would like to be able to make my own, but it's such a process that I don't have the time for it.
There are certain cheats that you can do. Like, you aren't going to be able to make a very traditional clear pork broth unless you go through the entire process. But if you get chicken stock and you use chicken stock, build the flavors, make your flavoring oil and all that good shit, you can make a bowl of ramen in not terribly long.
Yeah, I think he's sleeping still, Travis. But
What was that?
as far he was asking about Camel.
Ah,
Yeah, his sleep schedule is beyond repair. So he is. Yeah, he's probably unconscious at the moment.
yeah, a lot of things keep on shifting around in his schedule, it seems, fucking him over.
Hey, Frosted.
But yeah, the ramen is absolutely delicious, and oh good god, the flavor.
I just meant as far as the noodles go, like the stock and stuff. That's a whole different ball game. But as far as the noodles themselves go, that seems to be a not
Oh,
necessarily a
yeah.
difficult process, but just lengthy.
And to get them to have the right texture, that's the hard part. You can make a noodle without it being difficult, but in order to make sure that it's the right texture, the right bite to the noodle, that's what becomes the hard part. Because you want it to be just stretchy enough. You want it to have just the right amount of bite, which that takes practice, getting to know how much you need the dough for the noodles.
Yeah, my at my work, it's typically what I've been having for lunch is just the regular packaged ramen,
Mm-hmm.
because they have uh, a hot water dispenser.
Mm-hmm.
I just have a Pyrex there, and I fill it with the water and the additive, and then I just stir with the noodles, and then leave it in there for about 15 minutes, and it's nice and thick,
Mm-hmm.
and still hotter than shit.
Yeah, there's some surprisingly good instant ones that you can get. Not the bog standard ones that you end up getting, but you can find some decent quality cup of noodles that have a good amount of flavor, which is really nice now. It used to be that it was always just top ramen, and top ramen, not the best. Not the best at all.
No, like it's mailing it in, but like
Mm-hmm.
no, it's we actually have a ramen joint in town here, and I like it. Uh, are you gonna excuse yourself, Miss?
Excuse me. It was him.
Yeah, blame the dog. Uh, No, there's a ramen joint here that I like it. Wife doesn't like it so much, but yeah, it's really good stuff. The first time I had it, there was another restaurant also in town. I was at an open mic, and we were my friend and I just got done performing there, and he's like, "Try this. It's the best bowl of ramen you'll have in town." And I'm like, I think it's the only bowl of ramen that they have in town. But yeah, I'll bite. So I ordered one. I didn't even ask how much it was when I first ordered it, but I was like, whatever. You know, this guy usually doesn't lead me wrong. And yeah, it was really well done. And then I had discovered it was $20.
Not terrible. Not a cheap bowl, but not terrible.
I will say, a little overpriced, but it was almost worth it. Like, it was... I didn't feel cheated, at least.
Yeah. I've had some pricey bowls of ramen. Some of them are worth it. Like, I had one near where my parents live that they have Korean fried chicken ramen that they do. Oh, good God, that stuff is amazing. Nice big bowl, beautifully fried chicken. The chicken is nice and spicy. The toppings on the bowl are all perfect. Fantastic. So that's well worth the price of that one. But then I've had some where it's like, oh, okay. I'm spending $20 for... I probably would have been happy with 10.
No, at Scotland, Freebird has 3 E's in it. If it's Irish, it doesn't have an E in it. But
talking about whiskey? Irish whiskey lacks an E. Scottish whiskey has an E.
So yeah, there you go. Extra E.
Oh, no, sorry. Other way. Scottish whiskey doesn't have the E. Irish whiskey has the E.
Okay, Irish whiskey has the E.
Yeah.
Okay. You've led us astray there, Sanguine. You had us joking about it all wrong.
Thing and then quickly went, wait, no, I'm saying it backwards. But yeah, it's Scotch doesn't have an E, which is why Japanese whiskey doesn't have an E either. Because Japanese whiskey is based off Scottish whiskey. American whiskey is based off mainly Irish whiskey, which is why American whiskey tends to have an E in the spelling of the name. Even if it's a Scotch-inspired whiskey, if it's in America, it will often be marketed with E because most American whiskeys are Irish inspiration.
Yeah, you got it right, Frosted. Gloat as much as you want.
Johnny trying to correct your correctness.
I had it backwards.
Yep.
That's usually how it goes. It's like putting batteries in. So let's say hi to everyone in chat here. We have Kefki.
I was thinking more it's like a USB.
Well, that's true, but you're breaking something if you put the USB in upside down.
No, but you always try to at least once. And let's be honest, if you aren't looking at the USB port, you try it one way, it doesn't work. You flip it around, you try it the other way, it doesn't work. You flip it around, you try it the other way, it doesn't work. You flip it around, try it the other way, it doesn't work. Then you look at the fucking slot and you go, I've had it right 3 times. Fuck it.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. But let's see here. Kefki, how's it going? Raymond Lewis, Rotten Corpse, Tier, Travis, James, Green Badger Outdoors, Frosted, Terry. James Colley. There's Costin. And Cryptic. How you guys doing tonight?
Let me pull up the...
I don't think anyone's tried a Foster's. I haven't even tried a Foster's. Oh, sorry, Keith. I forgot.
Well, the reason why Foster's is
I even saw your name there. I apologize. What was that, Sanguine?
I said the reason why no one's tried a Foster's is because it's a shitty beer. That's the reason it's the export.
Yes. But I did actually have a couple stories pulled up yeah, for a little bit later. I did want to start off with a touch of sad news first. My boys had... they have a cat dispenser, in their neighborhood. She's a feral and gets knocked up occasionally. And one of the cats that they adopted caught parvo.
Okay.
Is it parvo? I think I'm saying that wrong. Parvo.
Yeah, parvo.
Okay. Yeah, and they had to put it down because it was too far. A whore.
Sorry to hear that. How are they?
Tier. A whore. They're handling it all right. They were kind of disappointed. They have 7 cats already. But no.
Holy shit! Crazy cat ladies is boys already. What the fuck?
Well, it's moreover like they try to find homes for these cats, and then they kind of just, if they can't find it, they're like, well, we'll either take it to the shelter or end up keeping it themselves. But it wasn't the whore that died; it was the kids of the whore that died. But yeah, this one actually, my youngest did not start it. He didn't take it well at start, as most probably autistic kids wouldn't.
Yeah, first time a pet dies is rough.
Sadly, it's not the first animal death in the family, but it's the first one that he's cognizant of at that age. So,
yeah, like I said, your first pet dying is always a shock.
Give the kid $1,800. Well, it's not like I lost it. It died. But yeah, I'm not giving anyone $1,800 except for me.
You can't really give yourself $1,800 unless you mean embezzling.
Well, there are ways, but yeah, I'm not sure.
Bank robbery, embezzling. What other ways?
Actually earning it.
That isn't giving yourself $1,800. That's earning $1,800.
That's really the only other way. That's really the only other way I can think of offhand.
Like I said, armed robbery and
Theft.
embezzling are the two ways I can think of where you can give yourself $1,800.
$1,800 to watch a cat die. Bring on the cats. Let's see.
Shit, I can get paid for that? Yeah, just thought that was a Friday night.
It's casual.
Yeah.
So, as per usual, going into the first story we have here, it's usually one of two things that happens in Yellowstone.
So, who decided to stick their thumb up a buffalo's ass this time?
Actually, there was a lady that I found but I think we've already talked about her, so I skipped that article. This is a whole different thing. Let's see if I can bring up the article here. This one.
This time it's a bison rather than a buffalo.
No, they're not that lucky. This one is, as I oversize the screen, there we are. Yellowstone tourist ignores warnings to take barefoot stroll in the Grand Prismatic. Three people wandered off the boardwalk into the bacterial mats around the hot spring, one kicking off their shoes.
What horrendous disease did they just become patient zero of?
I have no idea, but there is one of the many things that people who know the Yellowstone area, this happens all the time. It's just people just don't get it. There's a reason why they have a boardwalk. It's so that you don't step in that shit.
Yeah, anytime that bacterial mat is the descriptor for something, you don't want to touch it.
Yeah.
At least he didn't have like a fresh tattoo. I swear to God, if you say, well, it's funny that you should say that, when you scroll down it, it's just a horrendously infected left.
Let's see here. 3 people decided to ignore the warning signs and wander off the boardwalk of one of Yellowstone National Park's most famous hot springs recently. With one even taking off their shoes to walk barefoot in the scalding water. Grand Prismatic is the biggest hot spring in the U.S. and takes its name from the stunning multicolored mats of thermophilic, heat-loving bacteria around its perimeter. The bacteria that survive best in the hottest conditions have a yellow coloration, with those that prefer slightly cooler temperatures with red and orange. Let's see, 3 visitors may have not been close enough to fall into the spring itself, which is around 160 degrees Fahrenheit, 7 degrees Celsius, hot enough to cause severe burns. But National Park Service warns that the ground around springs can be fragile, easily breaking to expose extremely hot groundwater underneath. The incident, which you can watch below, was caught on camera from another park visitor and shared online via Instagram account Tourons of Yellowstone.
Let me quickly pull up the good old temp versus time burn charts.
And that brings up stories from previous morons.
Because have you ever seen a temp versus time burn chart?
No.
So,
oh yeah, the danger of the hot springs was highlighted earlier last year when a park employee discovered a foot floating in the Yellowstone's abyss pool.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, don't do that.
A temp versus time burn chart is what it sounds like. It is the temperature versus the amount of time that it takes in order to get different types of burns. And once you get above like 100 degrees, it goes fairly quick. Where it just
A naturally
fucking
occurring point.
skyrockets.
Do you have a link to that?
I'm pulling up one, just trying to find one that goes to the temperature range that I'm looking for. So, this one is a good example. Let me open this in a new tab, and then I'll share this window. Present, share screen. So this is a temp versus time graph where the number of seconds is along the bottom, then it goes to the third and fourth power, which it translates down at the bottom for minutes and hours. But as the temperature gets cooler, of course, naturally, that means that it takes a longer time for the burn to happen. Higher the temperature, quicker the burn. When you get to fairly high temperatures, so at 65, you get a burn in like 3 seconds. And that's a full thickness burn, which means if you guys know the old burn model, a full thickness is a 3rd degree burn.
And I've seen the pictures, and I'm not showing them.
Mm-hmm. That's when skin starts sloughing off. Which, anytime you end up being able to use the phrase, and that's when the skin starts sloughing off, that's a bad time. And I also preferred the 1st, 2nd, 3rd degree markings, but that became the surface, partial, and full, which I don't really like surface, partial, or full, even though they are very descriptive. It just sounds less progressive to me, and by progressive I don't mean the political progressive, but in the way that surface doesn't sound like it necessarily then translates to a partial, and then that translates to a full, whereas 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 1, 2, 3, what progresses more than just fucking counting? But
Hey, Mr. Adam.
it was
Hey, Eddie.
okay.
Nope, I was just
Hello.
saying hi.
Quickly double checking the translation between the temperatures, because you said that it was 100+ degree water, right?
160.
160. So that is going to be temp. Switch to Fahrenheit. 160. So that's 71 degrees.
Yep.
So,
Top of the
like I
chart.
said, 65 degrees, about 3 seconds you get a burn. This doesn't go high enough to show you how fucking quickly it causes a burn. That person fucked their body up.
Like, why? Now, it makes me wonder if that's like the underground water or if that's the surface water. Because surface water has got to be at least a lot vastly cooler than the surface water, or than the under
Okay.
the deeper water.
it takes some time for the water to end up cooling off. Also, hot water is less dense than cold water. So what happens is hot water rises to the surface, then cools and lowers, and then heats back up, comes back to the top.
And that's how you get currents.
That's how you get currents, exactly. So you have that constantly happening. The surface water is going to be about the temperature that they listed there. So you are looking at about 71 degrees Celsius, which that's, you touch it, you have a burn, a very bad burn. You sit in it for half a second, you're at a 3rd degree burn, a full thickness burn. You sit in there for a full second, you're really goddamn crispy. You're becoming soup at a rapid rate.
Yes, this is a derivative of the fuck around, find out graph.
Mm-hmm. Where it is the most fuck around is right up next to the axis, rather than being increasing fuck around as you stretch out. It's increasing fuck around as you approach the axis.
All right, so we'll go with a adorable story next. Put some positivity here. This one. See the rare spotless giraffe. Holy shit. Giraffe born at a Tennessee zoo.
Now, are you allowed to try or tie giraffes to telephone poles? Because I know that in certain states, it's illegal to tie your giraffe to a telephone pole. But a giraffe seems entirely different, right?
Well, it's probably Irish.
How the fuck is it Irish? You pronounce still most of the letters in that word. If it was Irish, you'd be cutting down drastically. I mean, in Maghgavan, you pronounce like 6 of the letters. And then you just add ones that don't exist in the word.
Exactly. Well, they exist there. They just aren't pronounced.
No, I'm saying you only pronounce like 6 of the letters, but then you add in letters that don't appear at all. There is no O in Maghgavan. But you make gov as the middle of it. It sounds like there should be an O. There's no V in Maghgavan, but you have Van. It has a V in it, but there's no V there. You just insert that fucking sound.
That was, that's why I was say whenever I'd say it would be like Mahaman, even though that's not close. That's how it's spelled, but that's not how it's pronounced.
How it's spelled is Mathghamhain. Or Ghamhain. Mathghamhain. Which, that isn't how you fucking say it. It's Maghgavan. It's the old version of the modern McGuffin. But yes, that is a spotless giraffe. Which, by the way, giraffes have the most hellish birth. Because the moment that they're born, they're dropped fucking 6 feet.
Yeah.
Just, welcome to the world, motherfucker.
Surprise, bitch.
and then I have to get up and start moving around within a few moments of being born, or else they will be eaten.
It's just one big spot. Let's see here. A rare patternless giraffe. Well, there's a pattern there. It's just brown. And that little thing on its forehead.
It's monochrome. And that little thing on its forehead, surely you don't mean the fucking horns, right?
Not the top of the head. Right here, like between the eyes.
Oh, the little comma between the eyes?
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to say, that's just its horns.
Or as a
They
hunter
all
would
have
say,
those.
target practice.
Yep. The bullseye on its head.
A rare patternless giraffe was born last month at a family-owned zoo in Tennessee. Family-owned. They bought a zoo. And experts say she may be the only completely brown giraffe alive on the planet. Report Emily Hibbets and Clarice Scheel for WJHL. What the hell is WJHL?
I'm not sure.
News for Johnson City. Okay, sure. Though her appearance is unusual, the 6 foot tall calf. Can you imagine being 6 feet tall at birth?
Like I said, they have to drop that far. They might as well be born that tall.
Yeah.
And no, elephants do not have a worse birth. Elephants kneel when they're giving birth. So their infant doesn't just drop 6 fucking feet to hit the ground and hopefully be able to stand back up. Giraffes, they don't give a fuck. They'll squeeze that baby up standing on their goddamn tippy toes. Let that little bastard hit the ground and bounce. Fuck you.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that. Frosted. Yeah, healthy giraffe born. Surprise. Okay. There's not much there to the story, just that it was born and it's big and brown. With no blotches.
Savannah midwifery would sound rather strange. Just be running around catching giraffes as they fall 6 feet. Fuck every other species. Only the giraffes get midwives.
Or you could just give it a fun slide. See, whee!
Yeah, at least to have a slide built in for that shit. Don't just let the baby drop 6 feet and hope that it doesn't rattle its head.
You'd just be like a water slide just coming down. Just, woo.
Yeah.
Got her.
Yeah, that's...
That just makes me think. Have you ever seen giraffes fight?
Yeah.
Fucking weird looking, right?
Yeah, and it's pretty brutal for what they do.
Yeah.
Like, you can...
They use their fucking heads as whips.
Yeah. Yeah, and...
I'll have to pull up a video of giraffes fighting so that people can see how fucking weird this looks.
And, yeah, they can brutalize the shit out of each other with those things, too.
Oh, yeah.
I'll cut you, man.
Let's see.
I apparently won a tailor-made golf set from Dick's Sporting Goods that is spelled incorrectly. I think it's legit.
What is it? Dixon?
No, it's got the weird spelling with it, where they have like the the little accents that they have on the letters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think dick is spelled with the French C that is pronounced as S.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think that's Dick Sporting Goods.
Dish Sporting Goods.
Dis.
Though I do find it funny how many foreigners do get surprised by the existence of dicks. And they're just going, no, that can't be a real place. No, Dick's is a real place. What the fuck do you mean Dick's is a real place? You go to a place named Dick's Sporting Goods to get sports equipment? Yeah. You don't find this strange? It's Dick's! You're going to Dick's! Yeah, that's the name of the place.
There's
Ah, good, you found the video. It's fucking brutal, but it's the silliest goddamn fight in existence. Just slapping the shit out of each other with their heads.
yeah.
It's the strangest fucking fight. Also, their kicks, goddamn vicious.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I just found another video. Oh my goodness!
The one of them punting the ever-living shit out of like
the
a
ostrich.
cheetah.
An ostrich.
Ah, okay. And that's particularly fucked. The ostrich.
Look, he's shaking. Did you see the drip?
Ooh. No.
It's like, get the fuck away from me.
He means to get him. Thank you. I don't think the
Ostrich
Ah.
fucked around, found out. Because yeah, their kick is strong enough to kill big cats. And it's not like with multiple kicks it's strong enough to kill big cats. No. One quick bap can kill a big cat.
Yeah,
Stone dead.
one well placed kick. Yeah, that's say goodbye.
Yeah, just a hoof into the face or to the chest, dead. And again, it is such a silly fucking looking thing when they're fighting. But at the same time, it is unbelievable force.
Now, I have to ask, what do you think of octopi?
They're awesome, but freaky, damn near alien creatures. They're probably the smartest life on our planet other than humans. It's probably humans, then octopi, orangutans, because there have been orangutans that are entering the Stone Age, dolphins, and trying to think who I'd put after dolphins. Perhaps chimps. But yeah, octopi are insanely intelligent.
I'll put a poll in right there. So, would it shock you to know octopuses, they have definitely mispronounced that, may have vivid nightmares?
No, that wouldn't surprise me.
Let's see. Costello, a male Brazilian reef octopus, had quote-unquote bizarre defensive outbursts while sleeping in a lab. You don't say. Let's see. Costello, the octopus, had a rough life. While living off the coast of the Florida Keys, he got into a fight with another sea creature, losing majority of 2 arms and suffering damage to a third arm from an unknown predator. The traumatic incident apparently stuck with Costello, a male Brazilian reef octopus, so much so that he had nightmares later about it in life. That's the theory posed by researchers in the paper published last week on the preprint server BioRxiv, whatever that is. In the study, which has not yet been peer-reviewed, the team describes Costello's bizarre behavior while sleeping, which suggests octopuses. Why are they saying octopuses? It's octopi.
Octopi. There's also the argument that it should be octopoduses.
Octopoduses?
Yep.
Octopodiatrists?
Octopi is the most common plural, though.
Octopodiatrists. There we go.
Entirely different thing, but I guess.
It's a new medical field. Let's see here. The team describes Costello's bizarre behaviors while sleeping, which suggests that octopuses can have wild dreams.
Yeah, like I said, it makes sense. They're
Vivid dreams. Why did I say wild?
insanely intelligent.
Let's see. After the cephalopod's unfortunate run-in with the wild, a vendor caught him and sold him to researchers in New York in early 2021. So, are they just assuming that this octopus has just been attacked randomly? Or
They might be looking for muscular twitches as it's sleeping, or they might have attached it to some sort of brain scan.
or if they even have I don't know. What is the innards of an octopus? Let's see here. Let's see if we can look that up. Octopus biology, I guess, would be the
It's octopi are fucking freaky, and I love them because of how freaky they are.
Well, there's one that I remember watching one on a nature video where it was just scooting along the ground. I think because it's like, oh shit, there's a weird guy with a camera following me, so it was kind of just running on the ground, like it looked like it was running. And then it kind of like did this morphing into like the shape of a manta ray, and kind of just slid on the ground, based on that animal shape. And then it switched into like a different. It was like it morphed into a different shape. It was really kind of weird. Cotilus. It inserts spermatophores, or packets of sperm directly into the female's mantle cavity. Nice. Here, lady, take this. It's a Dumbo octopus. Hi, guys. Yep. Am I losing you, Sanguine?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. Okay, you're still there. I got you.
Yep.
You just went silent, and I'm like... I'm like, oh, great. We just lost him. No,
Just
that's...
quickly needed to use the John.
Okay. No, that was, it's just weird.
Octopi are freaky. Like I said, have you seen the jar experiment with octopi?
No.
You can stick an octopi or an octopus in a jar, and it can free itself from the jar.
Oh, by opening the jar? Yeah, I think I have seen that
Yep.
one.
It can figure out how to open the jar from the inside. It can solve complex puzzles. They're frighteningly intelligent. So it is something that, like I said, there are certain animals that are weirdly intelligent. Bears, weirdly intelligent. To a frightening degree. Because bears are able to teach each other shit. Octopi are able to teach each other shit. Octopi are able to figure shit out themselves. And orangutans are insanely intelligent.
Yeah, there are a lot of creatures you wouldn't think that would be as smart as they are.
Oh yeah, like I said, there's orangutans have entered the Stone Age.
Well, it's like there was what was that one video that Dankula put out? I think it was one of the gorillas in the zoo.
Oh, the chimpanzee escape artist?
Yeah.
Yep. Would just constantly break out of his own enclosure, just start dicking around the surrounding area, and would then teach other animals how to do it. That's fucking terrifying. With a goddamn chimpanzee.
That's Planet of the Apes shit we're talking about right there.
Yeah. Like I said, I cannot stress enough, there are orangutans that have entered the Stone Age. Now, people are probably thinking when I say that, oh, I'm talking about orangutans being able to fish termites out of termite mines. That is not what I'm talking about. They probably think, oh, I'm talking about how certain primates are able to use rocks in order to break open nuts. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about orangutans making hand axes. Taking two rocks, breaking one with the other until it has a sharp edge, and then using the sharp edge to do things. That's stone tools that it's making.
Yeah.
It's gloriously, what the fuck is going on here? How the hell did this animal figure this out? Why did this animal figure it out? Are we in danger?
Potentially.
I love that information, though, because it is something that is equally terrifying as well as exciting from my point of view. That there are other animals developing intelligence. And not just, hey, My dog is so smart type of intelligence, but no, actual intelligence.
Yeah, if your dog is setting up a snare trap, yeah, that's intelligent.
Yeah. Your dog being able to use a doorknob, that's clever. But that isn't orangutans making stone fucking tools.
And then using that tool, like...
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Because again, there are orangutans making stone hand axes. Not just hitting one rock with another rock and people going, oh, look how smart they are. They're able to place a walnut or a clamshell on a rock and then crush it with another rock. No. Talking making edged weapons.
Now see, that's intelligence there, Frosted.
What did Frosted say?
My hamster made a tactical nuke.
That would be intelligence. Thankfully, that is never going to be the case.
Well, my hamster did. What? Cold fusion? What?
Nice.
Yeah.
And yes, luckily we can still propel the rocks much faster than they can. But something stronger that potentially ends up developing at an accelerated rate due to exposure to another intelligent species, that's kind of frightening. It's kind of frightening in a fascinating way. I love it. Especially since part of me goes that we need to have some sort of challenge as a species. Because lacking a challenge will break us as a species, to my mind. Whereas if we have a challenge, if we have something that threatens us, oh, we're going to be capable of amazing shit.
Yeah, we're just going to call that there.
And goddamn Frosted. That just reminds me of a video I saw recently of, I think I might have mentioned this last week or the week before, the soldier getting punished for saying shit, and the drill sergeant is yelling at him, "Why are you doing push-ups? Because of racism, sir! What did you learn? They're people now, sir!"
What?
As he's being forced to do push-ups for being racist. And he's asked, what did he learn? He learned that they're people now. Which fucking, I died laughing. It was goddamn hilarious. That response to that question, it was gold. I loved it.
That's bizarre.
Have you not seen that photo or that video?
I have not.
Let me see if I can quickly pull it up. It was a YouTube short that I ended up finding because it was someone from the military looking at short videos that came out of the military and just laughing their ass off about the stupid shit that people in the military get up to. Their people now was absolute gold. And because it has audio, I'll send you a link to it so that you can pull it up and do the share with audio if you want to play it out loud.
Is that going to get us flagged for anything? Do the shorts get us flagged for anything? Or is that something that...
it should be short enough that it doesn't get us flagged for anything. And it's just like a second or two in order to get the, why are you having to do push-ups? For racism, sir! What did you learn? They're people now! So let me pull this up. Make sure that I'm remembering this video correctly. I found the right one. I think this is the right one. Yeah, it's... What isn't allowed here? Racism. What did you learn now? They're people now. Is what the guy says. I just sent you the link to it in Discord.
Okay, I see. See if we can get that
It's
pulled up
fucking
here.
beautiful. I love it.
What isn't allowed here?
What isn't allowed? Racism. What did you learn? They're people now. Fucking amazing. I love it. It's one of those jokes that is beautiful and fucked up, and that's what makes it even more beautiful.
Alright, so let's see if I can get this done here. Share screen.
Truth about the military, yep. Oh god damn, you use daylight mode?
It automatically does it. I've gotten to where I'm just gonna... I just don't care anymore. Twitter does this, and YouTube does this. Like, I'll have it set to... I'll have it set to dark mode.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm in my living room at night and it's bright, like, it just burns the shit out of my eyes.
Yeah.
But
like I said, your poor eyes.
But yeah, I'll like every time I fix it, it just goes back and it drives me nuts.
Strange.
What isn't allowed here?
Can you hear that?
Yep, I can hear it.
Okay.
Racism. And what did we learn?
They're people now.
Yep.
There are people
See?
now.
I fucking told you. It's what isn't allowed here. Racism. What did you learn? They're people now.
What did he say?
The military is nothing but stereotypical racist
It's
jokes.
fantastic. I love it.
You-
It's fucked
yeah.
up shit.
The best time because everybody just gets along with it. Oh, if you're gonna be offended,
We do not care.
What isn't allowed?
It is glorious. I love that fucking clip. And it's one of those things that when you get that nice dark joke and it hits just right, it is hard to make a joke funnier than a dark joke. And it's something that I was talking to a person last night about this, that it's a common thing that the way that people deal with shit is they make jokes.
Yeah.
This, well, you need to be careful about other people's feelings. Fuck that. Make your joke. Make your dark fucking joke. Have fun. Enjoy it. It pisses me off that so often people are going, oh, that made me feel like I wasn't a person. Well, fuck you. That's your problem, not mine.
As Scribe has said before, the key term is self-esteem.
Yep. And if you are having issues with self-esteem and you need to do something, the way that you fix that is not by having other people go, you're worthwhile, you're good, you're doing enough. No. The way that you fix that is come up with a challenge for yourself. Doesn't have to be anything ridiculous. Just come up with a challenge for yourself. And this can start in a bunch of different places. For some people, getting out of bed every day is a fucking fight because they suffer from depression or some other issue. Make it so that every day you get out of bed, you take a shower. Doesn't matter if you go back into your bed after that. Every day you get out of bed, you take a shower. After you do that for a couple weeks, and you're able to get it done every fucking day. Every day you get out of bed, you take a shower, you do at least 15 minutes of chores. And just keep on building on it. Because every time that you succeed, that gives you a sense of, fuck yeah, I did that. That was
you
me.
would say, as also new rules are implied in
What
Hollywood.
are you on
And you
to?
build up
Yeah,
from
sorry,
there. And
but
like I said,
it's,
everyone starts at it.
from the get-go, there is
For instance,
some...
when it comes to
Well,
weightlifting,
first of all, the
my
film
fuck
takes
yeah, I
place in
did
Denmark
that
in the
mark is going to be a hell of a
this
lot
is a
higher than
cast,
someone who's
and-
never weightlifted. But you actually achieve something. You do something. Every success you have builds up your self-esteem.
Okay, so yeah, that was me. I found another video that is kind of actually funny,
Nice.
and it's Mads Mikkelsen and a director of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can pull that here.
of diversity, you would...
Let's see if you can hear this.
This is a cast
Yep.
Okay.
and a Danish production, which is entirely Nordic. It therefore has some lack of diversity, you would say, as also new rules are implied in
What
Hollywood.
are you on to?
Yeah, sorry, but
From the
it's,
get-go.
From the get-go, there is some... Okay.
Well, first of all, the film takes place in Denmark in the 1750s.
It's a guy complaining about a movie that has a lack of diversity in it.
From the 1750s.
From set in the 1750s in Denmark.
Yeah. Fuck him. There's no diversity in the 1750s in Denmark.
Well, I mean, not the type that he's looking for.
When you're talking to that sort, yeah, there's no diversity because you'll have diversity of ideas. You won't have diversity of cultures. This is the thing that keeps on pissing me off. That it's entirely single-sided because the same people that are constantly going, well, what does it matter if they have black people in a drama set in the 1400s in England? Well, what matters is that it isn't historically accurate. Oh, why does it have to be historically accurate? Okay, so if we decided to do a Shaka Zulu film, and we cast Ed Sheeran as Shaka Zulu,
DJ Qualls.
would that be an issue? And for every single fucking person that says that they need diversity, they would get pissed off if Shaka Zulu wasn't black. It's something that pisses me off every time that I see it, because no, if you want to say that it should just be perfectly fine to completely race swap someone, okay, then it's completely fine to race swap someone, regardless of what race they are. Well, no, that isn't fair. Okay, so you're just trying to get rid of it. You don't get to say that you're just trying to increase diversity. Then make movies that are about those people rather than just trying to swap them. Don't swap Cleopatra. There was a Nubian queen of Egypt that did impressive as shit. If you want to have a movie about the Nubian queen of Egypt, fucking make that movie. That would be awesome to see. The Nubians were ridiculous in the ancient era. Yeah. Kevin Spacey as Obama in a biopic. They wouldn't be game for that. Ryan Gosling as Shaka Zulu. They wouldn't be game for that. What was the fucking series that they just did a little bit ago about the African queen? And they completely omitted the fact that the way that her empire became so rich and powerful was they sold people into slavery.
That was the Netflix show.
Yeah.
Can't remember anything offhand, but yeah, I got no idea.
Yeah, it was something like The Woman King or some shit like that. But there's actual history. Did you guys... So, I think I've mentioned this on the stream before, but on the off chance I haven't. Did you guys know that there was... Okay, that is the name. Did you guys know that there was a African king that ended up dropping the price of gold? And it is highly debatable whether or not the price of gold has ever recovered from him just taking one fucking trip.
I remember you mentioned that before.
Yeah, he gave out so much gold as just random gifts that he tanked the price of gold to the point where people are legitimately trying to figure out if the price of gold ever recovered. And yep, that's the right one. Mansa Musa. The King of Mali. He took one pilgrimage, tanked the price of gold, and it has not recovered. You want to talk about African history? Talk about actual African history. It's fucking fascinating. But have it be realistic. Don't just sugarcoat everything. When they made their fortune selling slaves, make it known that they made their fortune selling slaves. When they made their fortune in agriculture, let people know. And yeah, the Mali Empire was a slave empire. And he sold slaves to the Arabs, he sold slaves to Europe, he sold slaves to fucking everyone. But like I said, he was so fucking rich, just giving out gifts, he tanked the price of gold. And it has never recovered.
Yeah, since we are getting to that time, I wonder... Let's see if I can bring a couple of other folks in. I sent the link to Kavki, but I think she is...
Zonked out?
Unconscious. So, let's see here.
Oh, yeah.
Frost, did you want to end for this this next segment?
You want stories from other cultures? Make the stories from the other cultures into movies. You want black role models?
You too,
Come
Terry.
up with interesting people from history that are from Africa and were actually African. Make those your characters. Don't just go, well, we really want a hero, So we're going to take Robin Hood, and we're going to make it so that all the merry men were black. It's still going to be set in 12th century Europe or earlier, but we're going to make everyone black, except for King John. King John is still going to be white. The Sheriff of Nottingham is still going to be white.
Oh, that sucks. Let's see here. You know, honestly, when it comes to like the fictional characters, I don't really care all that much about race swaps, so long as the story is the same.
As long as the race of the character wasn't important to the character, I don't really have a problem. Like I've said many times before, one of the best castings for a role that ended up being a race swap was Michael Clark Duncan for the Kingpin.
Yeah, that one, that was phenomenal. Phenomenally done.
It was a terrible fucking movie.
Oh,
Michael
absolutely.
Clark Duncan was the Kingpin, though.
Oh no, he played that role. That's for sure.
Yeah. You need someone who's big, fucking intimidating, and also seemed like he was going to be fairly smart. Michael Clark Duncan fits that bill. Casting him as that role was a good decision. They didn't cast him as that role because he was black, so we wanted to have a black person play this role. No, they went, we need someone fucking jacked, scary as hell, and can pull off being intelligent.
Hey, Terry.
Hey, so what am I being recruited into?
Categories, actually. I figured we could close out with the game. But yeah, like
I don't know how to place categories, but I'm sure I'll pick it up.
it's easy enough.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I sent the link to Travis too, I think. Yeah, I did send it to you. So there's no excuse for you, Travis.
And yeah, I would agree, Frosted, that when a swap is done because the actor is of race X or Y, that's annoying. But the ones that really piss me off is when it's something that is central to the character or central to how the character interacts with another character. Probably the best example of this is Idris Elba. Fantastic fucking actor. I like Idris Elba.
Mm-hmm.
Idris Elba should have never been cast as the gunslinger.
You know, one race swap I would actually be kind of interested to see? Chariots of Fire as a 100-meter dash.
Goddamn.
Yeah, D'Onofrio, I think, was a bit better as far as that adaptation goes, but they were aiming for camp with Michael Clark Duncan. That was campy as fuck.
Idris Elba should not have been Heimdall. Idris Elba should not have been the gunslinger. But between the two,
I was okay.
him being the gunslinger was more egregious to me. Because one of the main character interactions in that story, if they were ever to continue the Dark Tower series, is there's a racist black girl with split personalities that calls the gunslinger a fucking honky the entire time. That's central to how those characters interact. So, having him be the gunslinger, the stranger, made that very fucking weird.
Oh, just
because
replace
now
honky with a word that I'm not allowed to say on YouTube.
Well, the thing is that they aren't going to do that, and they aren't ever going to be able to have that character who was, again, a black girl split personalities that had been subjected to absolutely horrendous shit. So part of you kind of went, okay, it makes sense why she hates all the white people around her because of the shit that she went through. But it was kind of this, she hates them all, but then the gunslinger keeps on helping her out, so she has this very strained, he's helping me, I should be thankful for the help, but at the same time, he's just like the people that did horrendous shit to me, so fuck him.
Mhm.
And it had this internal strife when it came to that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, going Snow White, a character named for how fucking pale they are. Suddenly, yeah, they're going to be Hispanic. That doesn't fucking work. That's not Snow White then.
I don't even think that's the weirdest part about the remake. I'm still hung up on the fact that Gal Gadot is jealous of Rachel Zegler's good looks.
Yeah, that and also the 7 dwarves that only
dwarves?
one of them is actually a dwarf.
Yeah. No, the whole idea that the evil queen is jealous of Rachel Zegler's good looks is like, no.
Yep.
Like, even with the race swap, it's like, fine, that's woke nonsense. They always do that. But having the beautiful woman jealous of the, I wouldn't say ugly, but just sort of average-looking one.
The average but slightly awkward.
Yeah. No, that doesn't happen.
No, average but incredibly awkward. Like,
okay, incredibly awkward. I'll also accept.
And yeah, KVD, you're saying mid. I don't like that term because it's, I don't know, it's too modern. I like my old words. I don't like the new vernaculars so much.
No.
He prefers calling a woman homely.
There was a video that I posted on the Discord, which, if you were paying attention, you probably saw the thumbnail to it. There is a... Oh, no, that was a different video. But there is... I was listening to... I was working on something. I think it was photoshopping something. And I was listening just to a bunch of... one of the music mixes that I have that YouTube's like, hey, you should watch all this so you don't have to like click any further buttons.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of
game's categories is a lot like the rest of the stream. We're just kind of talking to each other.
We haven't gotten that far yet.
Okay.
But it's it was just this weird, like these 4 Japanese ladies who are maybe 5s at best that are all like dancing around like, like they
So
think
quick question, because it does matter. Are you talking Japanese 5s or are you talking normal 5s?
I'm talking normal 5s.
Okay. Those are slightly different.
That is a good point. But
because a Japanese 5 is at least like a normal 6.
Yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, like maybe I'd say 3 out of the 4 girls are like 5s. Maybe one's a 6, 7 at a stretch.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm just like, the song's kind of catchy, but they're like they're dancing around the video like they are 10s, and I'm like, this is odd. Like, this is a bit much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just thought it was weird. But I do have the board up. I will share it here.
to the other window so that I see it live rather than on a delay.
So what the hell am I looking at?
So there's going to be a letter that he's going to randomly select, and then there's going to be a bunch of categories. You have to think of something that falls within that category with that letter.
Okay.
So there's certain things that are just absolute no-goes. For instance, if you have, I don't know, a tourist location, Nebraska is not a valid answer.
So
Naples, sure.
So
Nevada,
making fun of Johnny aside, so it's just pick any word that fits the category and contains and starts with that letter.
Yep.
Okay.
And if you're able to make it alliterative, then you get extra points.
Okay.
You get an extra point.
Do it.
They didn't like the time that I was able to fit 5, what was it, J's in a row?
Yeah. Little did I know I was going to jump with Captain Alliteration over here. So,
is there...
You were the one that started the alliteration rule, and then you changed it.
I didn't start it, it was there.
Is there some way that I'm meant to enter these answers, or is it just verbal?
It would, you can type it in like a notepad, or...
You write them down, and then
write
you
them down.
answer them verbally.
It's not, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, and if 2 of us share an answer, it counts as out.
Sorry, what? If we share an answer?
If 2 or more of us share an answer, it cancels out and no one gets points.
Oh, okay.
So if, for instance, it's name a...
So if it's name an animal with a C, don't say cat.
And it was 3 of us did the Eiffel Tower.
Right.
Then we wouldn't get points.
Yeah, so basically, like I said, if it's animal starting with C, don't say cat.
Yeah.
Pick something a bit more creative.
Unless
like
you can't
capybara.
Unless you can't think of anything, then say cat and cancel the point for everyone.
Or hope that everyone else went, well, I can't say that. That one's obvious.
Yeah. It's so with the alliteration, like, what's the rules on that? Could I just say cuddly cat just for the sake of extra points, or does it have to be part of the actual name?
It has to be part of the actual thing. So, like it
has to match the category given.
Yeah.
No, but
so
if it's animal starting with C and I say cuddly cat, am I just cheating by like trying to shoehorn an extra C in, or is that what you meant to do?
Cheating, whereas if it's like name something that's found in a refrigerator, then a juicy juice jug, not necessarily cheating.
Sounds like cheating. I mean, why? Like, I could give you juice jug, but juicy juice jug or whatever the hell you said.
Juicy juice is a brand name. Juicy Juice is a brand name, and they sell juice jugs. It's a product name, so it's the Juicy Juice juice jug.
Well, at that point, I don't have access to knowledge of American brands, so I would call shenanigans on that.
And then we'd have to tell you, no, it's a brand product.
Yeah, but then I would think, okay, that's fine then, but that I would be like, no, that's dumb. You can't do that.
Yep. Which is why it becomes if it's a brand name, then we will end up telling you, just like if you say an Australian brand name, you'll have to let us know. Like if it's toppings for ice cream beginning with H, and you say hundreds of thousands, we will ask hundreds of thousands of what?
That seems to be a bit of a running joke.
Yes. Because for some fucking reason, you lot decided hundreds of thousands. This is the way that you say sprinkles.
Well, that's what they're called. I don't know what to tell you.
Hundreds of thousands of what?
The sprinkles.
There we go. So they're called sprinkles, and you're just denoting the number of them. Cheating bastards.
All right. So let's get on with it.
Okay. So I don't know presidents. That seems like I'm already at a massive disadvantage.
Well, there are other countries that have presidencies. So it wouldn't necessarily be American presidents.
Yeah, I don't know the leaders of any other countries either.
I don't either. So
Are we allowed to repeat answers? So if like
Yes.
the same thing fits multiple categories?
Yep.
Oh, I ran out of time.
Yep.
I didn't even realize there was a time limit.
And now we go through our answers. So, one president.
I didn't get anything.
I said President Paul. I'm sure someone somewhere has been named Paul and has been the president of the country.
I said Pierre.
I mean, same reasoning applies. I'm sure someone somewhere has been a president called Pierre.
Are you thinking like Pierre Trudeau?
He's a prime minister, not a president.
He's a prime minister.
Yeah.
But I can't remember the president's last name, but I think one of the French presidents was Pierre something or other. So
Maybe.
I put Pierre.
So yeah, I get 2 points for President Paul because it's alliterative.
That's just saying the word again and then putting a name.
Well, you could say juicy, 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 juicy jug jug, so I'm taking it.
No, I didn't say juicy, 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 juicy jug jug. I said juicy juice jug. It's entirely different, and it's a brand name.
See, and this is me trying to think we can get Prospero in here for this, and I think she would just end up beating us all senseless.
Oh, for fuck's sake! President Pierre is the president of Burundi.
So,
I just looked up the phrase.
I would like to amend my answer to presidential President Paul.
Frosted.
If there is a President Paul,
There's got to be. At some point throughout history, there must have been a President Paul.
Cameroonian politician.
Frosted just found one.
There you go.
There's a Cameroonian president, President Paul Biya.
There you go. That's exactly who I meant.
So I'll sign off on 1 point for President Paul. If you sign off on 1 point for President Pierre.
Sure.
If we can find...
I'm sure there's been a Pierre somewhere in history.
Frosted...
Like I said, the president of Burundi was a President Pierre.
I'll take your word for it.
All right. As long as we can move on from this shit. Number 2, software.
So I wasn't sure if you're like, would something like Microsoft Publisher count, or would it have to be the first letter of the first word in the name?
Well, technically it is publisher, but it's publisher and it's sold by Microsoft. So I'd count it.
I would count it because it kind of directs as to what you're talking about. So if you just put publisher, like, I'm not gonna know. Like,
yeah, like just in general, like, would that be acceptable? Like,
yeah,
if the official name had been Microsoft Publisher, would that be a valid answer?
At that point, I would argue no. But since the official name is publisher, and you're just specifying which publisher.
Okay, so it has to be the first letter of the first word for it to be a fit. Okay.
I think I would go to a vote, but because I would have accepted it if he had put in Microsoft Publisher.
And Johnny, did you have one?
I think actually what I have is hardware, but I just have Pentium.
Wait, you have Puzzler?
No, Pentium.
Oh, Pentium? That's a processor.
Which I think is hardware, not software. Yeah.
Yeah, that's hardware. I have PowerPoint.
Yeah, that would work. And that's a twofer.
Yep, exactly.
All right. Awards and ceremonies.
I could only think of the Pulitzer.
I have the Peabody.
There you go.
Presidential fitness.
There you are.
That's another twofer.
No, it's not.
No, it isn't.
Get that out of here. Get that out of here. Like,
it got a pause, and I'm happy about that. Because I could tell Johnny went his fitness spelled with a P.
Because I was ready to move on. You're like, all right, and that's it. And I'm like, I was just ready to move on to the next one. And you're like, and that's a twofer. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, no.
His fitness spelled with a P.
All right. I could not think of a spice or herb.
Terry?
I just went lazy and did parsley.
Peppermint.
Yeah.
Okay, that works.
Yep. Let's see here. Things you get tickets for.
Play.
Yeah. I have parking incorrectly.
There you go.
Public drunkenness.
Yep. All right. And then, let's see. Items in the refrigerator.
Pickly, pickly, pickle, 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 pop, pop.
That is not a fucking thing.
Pickle peck of pick of peppers.
Yeah, exactly. In a juicy jug. Good.
That is not a thing, goddammit.
Well, you started this.
No, I went with a brand product of Juicy Juice juice.
What I said, totally a brand name, totally.
That isn't a brand product.
Just 700 pickles and
So did you have one, Johnny?
I had. Let's see where I put my thing. Pork roast.
Piccadilly.
So I get like 10 points for all my pickles.
No, you get 1. Just because you said pickles a shit ton doesn't mean that it's...
Hey, I'm just following your rules with the juicy juggles.
No, it was a juice jug, which is an actual product and brand. Juicy Juice is a brand of juice, and they sell juice jugs.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Things, food or drink that is green.
Same number of pickles as before.
I have
greens.
I have peas.
Yeah, I did pressed greens.
People in uniform.
I went super lazy police.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
Yeah. I knew someone else would.
Officer. I got a point.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Parole officer.
Do they wear uniforms?
Yeah. They're in uniforms. They're specific police officers.
But do they wear uniforms?
Yes.
And how many pickles do they have?
Or
Depends
juice
on the
jugs.
specific one and which part of the country they're in.
Are those pickles in a juicy juggy juggle?
Considering that people have decided to start making Kool-Aid pickles, I'm willing to bet someone out there has decided to make Juicy Juice Juice Jug pickles.
All right, I'll allow it, but I'm going to check that.
You'll allow it, but what?
I'm going to check it.
Okay.
Seafood.
I drew a total blank.
Me too.
Pike.
Yeah.
It's a type of fish.
We have a lot of those here.
Yes.
Famous females.
Pat Benatar.
Yeah.
Priscilla Presley.
Yep. I couldn't think of anything past that, so this is between you.
Pat Benatar eating a pickle. just to name my
juice
answer.
jugs are an actual product.
Oh yeah, and all those pickles are in a juice jug. Thank you, Sanguine.
If you can make pickles as an actual product, then I will accept it. Until pickles are a product, I'm not going to accept pickle.
Although I would have gone with Piper Parabo for famous females. So, things that are sticky.
I kind of just said penises.
You said penis?
After a certain bodily function, they are indeed quite sticky. And need to be washed.
God damn it. What about you, Johnny?
I got nothing.
Paste.
Coincidence? I think not.
I said paste.
It could be considered a paste. Anyway, product names.
Pepsi Max.
Pepsi.
Is that a clash?
That is between you guys, but it sounds like a clash.
Pepsi Max is technically different than Pepsi. It's a different line.
Well,
you agree?
if it'll help, you can add a few pickles to my Pepsi Max.
That sounds
Pepsi
fucking
pickles.
terrible.
Pickled Pepsi.
There you go. Pickled Pepsi, and thank you, Kivadam, as well as Pringles. Yeah, it's Pringle brand pickled Pepsi.
Pickled
That
Pepsi
sounds
Panthers.
God awful.
Oh, Pampers, there you go. You can shit yourself after eating the Pepsi Pringle Pepsi.
You mean after eating the Pringle Pepsi pickles?
It's for time to leave.
Yes.
Oh,
Exactly.
and also another warning: articles do not count as part of a word. You have to be able to pluralize whatever the fuck you're saying.
So I can't just say the pickly pickle jug.
No, you can't. And that came into play when fucking Camel tried to pull name a cocktail that begins with A. And he said an old fashioned.
That's clever. I've got to give him points for innovation.
It's clever. It's also fucking wrong, so he gets no points.
You're just jealous you didn't think of it.
No, I'm angry that someone tried to sneak
That's
articles into the fucking answer.
that's Camel's Nebraska.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
I have yet to have a Nebraska.
Alright, so all my answers have to start with the. I've got it.
You do have a Nebraska, and it's called.
No, I don't.
It's
I
called
have-
the John.
I have toilets that are able to be sold in furniture stores, which is fucking accurate.
All right.
When
Okay.
toilets are sold in furniture stores, it counts as furniture. Fuck you.
All right. Letter T. Here we go. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what if the song title does start with an article though? If it's like the something, does that count?
No, it's got to be a T, like a non.
It has to be a T as the first non-article word.
Okay.
I can't think of it. All right.
Oh, wow, we're out of time. Okay.
All right. So song titles.
Through the Fire and Flames.
Yeah.
1,000 miles.
I have 2 for T.
What was Sanguine's?
1,000 miles.
Okay.
And now that song is in my head. All right. Things found at a bar.
The television used to televise televisioning.
You're just trying to cheat. You get 1 point if no one if no one matches with television.
I have tables.
And I have tumblers.
All right. Vegetables.
I just went turnips. Or the turnips to one way saying one, but
Get 1 point if no one matches you.
I didn't get anything.
I was the one who matched him. I said turnips.
okay.
Let's see. Computer parts.
Thermal paste.
I could not think of any.
That's not really a part.
Try to build a computer without it. See how well it works.
Yeah, that's not a part though.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, try to build a computer without it.
Did you have anything, Terry?
No. I was just saying that Kiva Dam had a good one in chat. She said touchpad.
Yeah. All right. Things that are cold.
Toes of an Eskimo.
Very specific. What if they have nice warm boots, though?
Well, I'm sure there is at least one Eskimo that is currently feeling cold toes. So I'm sticking.
But
with
what
my-
if that one Eskimo only has one cold toe rather than cold toes?
Well, then he needs to take the rest of his shoe off.
It just means he lost the rest of them to frostbite.
Yeah.
They're no longer cold, then, are they?
Well, I mean, if they've detached, then they're very cold.
They are incredibly cold.
No,
Yeah.
they might have been incinerated. They don't exist anymore.
No. But if they've got frostbite and came off, then they were really cold.
They were really cold, but they don't have to be currently cold. They could have been burned.
What if they
No,
were
but,
what if they were preserved?
You need the body heat to keep the thing. Once it's any body part that's like no longer attached, it's going to go cold.
Unless it's burned and thus destroyed, therefore it does not exist.
Yeah,
Well,
but then
if you wanna
then it's
go-
no longer a toe to be talked about. It's like it's not a toe anymore, so it doesn't matter.
So if they lost their toes to frostbite and then their toes got burned, their
Hey, Della.
toes aren't cold because they only have the toes that are still on their foot.
No, but those aren't toes. They're ashes.
The toes on their foot are absolutely on the absolutely toes.
The toes of an Eskimo. Final answer. Lock it in, Eddie. And Rotten points out that then the toe ashes would be cold, which is also true.
But the toe ashes are not toes.
Okay, so toes/toe ashes of Eskimo. There you go.
Schrodinger's toes. I just went with tomato juice, so like I don't know.
I mean, come on, you've got to take this seriously.
All right. Household chores.
Just skipping me? I see how it is. I was going to say tomato sauce. Fuck you. I'll get my answer.
Well, there you go. We spent too much time with toes. I'm sorry. So, household chores.
The vacuuming. It starts with the.
No, it does not. Nil point, 0 points. Fuck you, Johnny.
I have tidying up.
The total joy of vacuuming.
No,
Total
you already
tea.
You already gave your answer. Fuck you. You don't get any more. And I said toilet cleaning.
The dusting.
It's really easy when the first letter's a T. Yeah.
I said toilet cleaning.
Okay.
Right. The total joy of vacuuming.
No.
That sounds like a book.
Yes,
It
it
kind of
does.
does.
All right. Taming Strange. That's a good one. Let's see. Things in a souvenir shop.
The toilet.
That is true.
Why? I get that you mean in the back of it, but why did I picture it just in the fucking
Just look at this old toilet.
You can buy a toilet.
The shopkeeper's got to take a piss somewhere.
No, I was picturing it just like, here's the towels, which, by the way, I said towels. Here's the towels, here's the talisman, here's the toilets, and it's just all in a line, all available for sale right then and there.
I want a toilet to remember this place by.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. That's when you know the place is a real shithole.
I have tools.
Tools for
Tools
gift
in the
shop?
souvenir shop.
That's a strange one. Yeah, trinkets would have been a good one.
Yeah. So let's see. Cosmetics and toiletries.
I just meant
nothing.
toothpaste.
I didn't even think about that.
And yeah, I went with toothpaste as well.
Yeah, it's the obvious one. It's all I could think of.
Let's see here. Musical groups.
The Trogs.
Did you have one, Johnny?
Thrice.
Nice. I blanked.
Ah. And for those curious, the Trog sang Wild Thing.
Yep. They make.
Oh yeah, Dale Hayes mentions Trivium. That's another one.
Companies.
I have nothing.
The Coca-Cola Company.
No, Tesla.
The juicy juice.
With extra pickle.
Tesla.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Keep it in said Twitter. Della said Tide.
It's no longer Twitter, it's now X.
It's still a company, though.
Is it still under the name Twitter? I thought the entire branding was changed to X.
Well, no, but it's still considered a company name.
Is it? I thought it was entirely switched. So
Well,
that it's
yeah, I
no
mean,
longer even...
it's called X
Twitter
now,
company.
but it is still was Twitter.
It doesn't say a company that currently exists. So I mean,
I
Twitter
suppose.
was a company at one point, so it's a valid answer.
I suppose.
I mean, you could put Enron if it was E, but
Yeah, exactly.
it was a company. Granted, it was,
Yeah, for us to
fraudulent,
have
but
the X, the X is the correct way to get that to follow.
No.
the juicy
Yeah.
juice X.
Bad habits.
Bad habits.
Touching yourself.
Johnny.
I have nothing.
Throwing tantrums.
No.
Yeah, I can see it. Twiddling thumbs, that's another good one.
Bad habit, tallywhacker tucking.
That one's pretty fucking good.
And store
name.
I don't know. The something. I'm sure the Coles. The
No.
word.
No, fuck you.
I had Target.
Okay.
Talbots.
Okay.
Would you?
Talbots.
Mm.
All right.
The local supermarket. That's my final answer.
No, fuck you.
All right, we'll go one more, and then we'll.
I hope, just for the record, I have not been keeping score, so I'm just.
I haven't been easy either, so don't feel bad.
Okay.
Yeah, I realized the past few times that no one was keeping score other than me, so I
I just wanted to know that hopefully you weren't counting on me to do that, because I haven't been.
God damn it, dropping the ball on us again, Terry.
Yeah.
You were the scorekeeper this time around.
No, I didn't do it.
Yeah, it's like the points don't matter, like Devil has said. All right, last round.
Sure.
And we go with the letter R. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
All right. Beers.
I don't drink, so I just want really good beer.
I have the ribbon of Pabst.
No, god damn it, no. I'm putting my foot down on both of
That sounds
your
like a
fucking
brand
necks.
name to me. I don't know.
No, fuck both of you. No.
I mean, it's there.
No. That's not. It's Pabst Blue Ribbon. It begins with a P. Fuck you. No.
Yeah, there's a
No,
ribbon,
no.
and it belongs to Pabst.
Drinking
No.
beer ends with
Fuck
a P,
you.
Sanguine. You drink the beer, then you pee. It ends with a P.
No. Fuck you both. Neither of you get points. And I get 2.
All right. Excuses for being late.
Ran over a cat.
I have retarded drivers.
Rail crossing closed.
Dale and I were thinking of the same thing.
Yeah. So
Let's see.
Sanguine had a rule saying that you couldn't use like articles like the. So I just went with really as like the first word of all the rest of my answers. So I think I'm safe.
God damn it, Terry.
Spicy foods.
Really spicy chili.
Fuck you, no.
I don't have anything.
Ribs.
I mean,
You can have a spicy barbecue on your ribs.
I suppose you could.
See?
But
Ribs.
these are the ones that are kind of bland. That they're so vague.
Yeah.
That it's like, yeah, no, it's like, yeah, we could spend 4 hours arguing over this validity of spicy ribs.
Yeah.
Like,
Ribs can be spicy.
math terms.
Really real numbers, so I get 2 points for the alliteration.
No,
Actually-
really, real is not a thing. Real numbers get a point.
Actually, I will give him the point for real.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Real numbers, I'll give them a point for.
Yeah, I know real numbers is like an actual mathematical term. I just wanted the extra point for putting really in front of it.
Yeah.
Do the real numbers.
That's where you can get fucked. You don't get one. Johnny?
I have ratio.
There you go.
Okay. Radii.
Really spicy numbers. Rhombus, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Radius. Let's see here. Number 5. Children's books. I have nothing.
The really hungry caterpillar.
Fuck you. That's not the name of it. That's not the fucking name of it if you got that. God fucking damn it, Derek. And I blanked.
Let's see. Acronyms.
Radar.
Yep. Sanguine.
Blanked.
I have REM.
There you go.
Rem? Nice.
I was trying to think of one that you wouldn't think of, so I had either REM or RPM.
RPM is an initialism, not an acronym.
I don't think that's going to matter in this game.
No, they're different things. An initialism is something that you cannot say out loud.
I know what the difference is. I'm just saying I don't think this is the kind of game where that's going to matter.
It would because I'm in the game. Fuck you guys.
Oh wait, real radar just to get the.
No, god damn you. You're gonna start getting points subtracted from
really
you.
real radar.
There you go, 3 points. Thank you.
Negative 3 points. Copy that.
Medicine or drugs?
Really dodgy stuff from south of the border.
I have Ritalin.
Oh, there you go.
Fuck you. I had Ritalin.
And Della says Rohypnol, which is a good one. Keith says Ritalin.
Really spicy meth.
Really spicy meth. I think
God
Frosted
damn
wins.
it, Frosted don't encourage that.
All right. Items in a kitchen. Oh, Risperdone. That's a good one.
A really cold, really real refrigerator.
Okay, he gets -5 points. Johnny?
I have rags.
Rolling pin.
So I got the best score by far on that one.
No, -5 is way worse than 1.
Let's see. Reptiles or amphibians? I couldn't think of anything.
Really No, I did actually have one for this. A lizard, which is a Japanese lizard.
No! God damn it. What the fuck is wrong with you? God fucking damn it.
Oh,
I think rock lizard is an actual lizard. Let me double check because I said rock lizard.
That was this really rare breed of frog. So that's another good one. I like it when the letters are. It makes it so much easier.
And rock lizard is a type of lizard. I was right in that.
okay. Street names, like, I just have road. Like, I couldn't think of anything. Shut up.
Well, the thing is, like, I could make up anything. I could say Ribble Bubble Bubble Bubba Street, and the totally real street just down the road from me. Like, how's anyone going to know if it's a real street name or not? This is a dumb category. That, you know,
Yeah.
Robinson Street. Really real Robinson Street. But
when you said road, how do you spell road for yours?
ROAD.
Okay, because I did road as in the scholar. RHODE.
I mean, there is a road that's called a road. And
Yeah.
it's a road. So, like,
And there's road street, yeah.
anyway. Things you plug in.
really guilty prisoners.
I think at this point we should just start multiplying negatives every time. So last time it was 5, it should now be -10 is what's added to this score.
Well, you can't multiply by a negative because if
No, you don't multiply by a negative. You multiply it by 2.
Well,
so it's -5 becomes -10.
As far as I'm concerned, we're using goal scoring, so I appreciate it.
That is where you were wrong, sir.
Retards.
Russian spies, thank you, Frosted.
I have rechargeable batteries.
No, due to the Russian spies, it really makes me want to say rapist.
There you go. Good answer.
Survey says.
Holy shit, that's #1. What's wrong with you?
And parks, which I have.
I had to. I said Rosa.
That technically works.
Yeah.
Rock Island.
Ray Park, that's a good one.
Yeah, Frosted and I, we were with different people, but we had the same idea.
You know, I was thinking recreational too, but I wasn't sure if that would have worked.
So what did you go for?
I didn't have anything.
So the person who got the biggest, like the furthest under par was clearly me with all my negative points. So thank you. I enjoyed this game a lot. I will celebrate my victory after the stream.
Sadly, that's not how the scoring is done.
Well, you kept changing the scoring as we were going, so I'm doing the same.
All right. But with that, we'll go on to parting thoughts. Sanguine.
When you're passionate about something, make sure that you devour it. Don't let it devour you.
And Terry?
Really spicy. If you're passionate about something, make sure you devour it. Don't let it devour you.
And no one gets any points. And I will go with mine. They say life is a gift. Yeah, I'll keep the receipt.
Well, receipt starts with R, so you get a point.
Ah, look at that. Things found in the refrigerator. And with that, the zoo is closed. Have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night, all.
That's really, really